Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 120, Cobra Night Attack, 4-wheel drive, Stinger, and driver. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the brand new G.I. Joe Classified Series number 120, Cobra Night Attack, 4-wheel drive, Stinger, and driver. So we actually received this a little bit early, but due to being involved in a custom, we're getting at it a day late, but big deal. It's exciting, it's here, looking forward to it, and let's go ahead and go over the box. So you got some pretty cool figure art on the front. You got 2 stingers here. This one, there's a nice explosion behind it. You have a ferret off to the side here. The main stinger right here with the driver inside, about to blast off some of these rockets. Due to the size, we're not going to be able to show too much, but on the side here, there's a QR code, 120, and some stats. Flip around to this side. You have this pretty nice artist render of the Stinger driver. And around to the back, here you have the Stinger, the driver, all the accessories, 120, stats again. You have a shot of the steering wheel. There's the top of the hood, and inside on the dash panel. Very neat. At the bottom, you got your UPC. On the top, Cobra and 120. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop this open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, so like always, I had 2 of these ordered. I've only gotten 1. I'm not sure I'm going to get the second yet. It's highly doubtful due to the size of it and the space that I have. But, you know, it's still an option if I need to. We're going to go ahead and get all this stuff out of here. Get the box off to the side. And show you the inside contents. Just like the Vamp, you know, you have the Stinger and the chassis and the wheels and all the goodies. Driver off to the side. Here you have a little instruction manual. Open up. Just shows you how to put the wheels on. You have the doors and the top. Bunch of stuff for the hood. You have standing platform and the missile lodge on the back. Over here, you have the driver and the helmet. All right, so let's start getting all this stuff out. So we get out the driver. Get our big old Cobra Night Attack 4-wheel drive Stinger and driver box. 120 at the top. Cobra on the side. 120 at the bottom. Not going to open that yet, but we'll put it off to the side. Get the contents. Here you go. Here's that little missile platform that'll stick on to the back of the Stinger. And up here, you've got some hood deco. Looks like the Stinger driver's helmet's in there. And the top roof. You have this white box here that will pop open. And I think this is the missiles. Yep. So there they are. 4 of those. All identical. You have a little bit of text on the sides. Slide out this part, and I guess off camera we'll try to pull this chassis out. So there that is. And then inside you have your wheel packs. So we're just going to go ahead and open them and drop them out. 2 there. And 2 here. Pull it back up. Backdrop, all red, Cobra logo in the center and in each corner. But we'll get that out of here because we do not need it. Bring the tires up. Just like the Vamps, but you got a little bit of red on the inside. Stick them to the back, and then we'll start getting everything out. We'll go over here to this packet, give it a little slice. Alright, so inside, here's your Stinger driver's accessories. You can see he's got the AK, he's got a small SMG, pistol, fire extinguisher, sheath, 2 magazines, and his helmet. We'll pop them all out individually and show you, but we're going to go over the rest of the stuff. Here's the roof. You have this front mechanism. It says, beware of hot surfaces to access turbo system. Undo bolts, then remove cover plate. Please refer to owner's manual for maintenance of product. A bit small, but that's what it says. You have a shovel. And then you have this kind of spiked grill that will be coming off the front of it. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and we'll get our Stinger out. So we gotta unwrap all this plastic around it, which is always nice, keeps it safe. There we go. Now let's take a look at it. There's your front towing cable. Got a couple of these little loop hooks in the front. Pop up the hood, get a look at the engine. Very cool. You got your mirrors, and they are reflective. Try to get a shot down in there. You can see, got all them gadgets around the that dashboard. And here's your little accelerator throttle right there in the center. Steering wheel. Very cool. And to the side, you can pop up your armored doors. Very cool. And then there's the back. Take a peek at the bottom. Not too much to it. Lots of goodies on this thing. So let's put that stuff aside. And then we'll bring in the driver. And in the little plastic dungeon here, he's got this little dagger. Pop that out. Red handle, silver blade. And then we will free the driver. And here he is. It's very nice. Kind of just a remolded Cobra officer. He's got the gray jumpsuit, the black gloves and boots, accents around, the knife sheath, knee pads, belt, web gear, a little bit on the sides of the mask, and then the red in the front. Some darker grays throughout. Really neat. Always like these gloves too. But, let's go ahead and check out his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint. You can do a full 360. There is a hinge, allowed to move down that far and up that far. You have some movement in the neck, a little bit of side to side. Arms are on butterfly joints at the shoulders. They can only go up about that high. You can rotate a full 360. You have bicep swivel, double jointed pinned elbows. You have some forearm rotation. And then you have the hinge peg at the wrist for full 360 of the hand. And the hinge will allow it to move out that far and in that far. With the web gear on, you might not be able to do much of the ab crunch, but that far forward and that far back. Belt is not attached. so you can move that around. It does have waist swivel. Down at the legs, there's your drop leg up at the hip. Thigh rotation. Legs can go out to the side that far, forward that far, back that far. And it's got double jointed pinned knees. It's got rotation at the calf, at the bottom of the pant and top of the boot. And there's a hinge at the ankle to allow the foot to go that far forward, that far up, and some side to side pivot. So very cool. Nice figure. Now we'll go ahead and pull all of his gear out. Get a closer shot of the pistol. All black. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. The SMG, all black as well. Hole in the barrel. And he's got an opening here for a magazine. Here's your AK-ish weapon. I need to call it an AK-ish weapon because it's highly modified. It's got something red on the grip here. And open slot for a magazine. And it seems a little more stable than the past ones we've gotten. Mine were quite flexible. This one is a bit different. I think it's a different plastic, so it holds a more straight look. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. And here's your yellow fire extinguisher. Then you have your pair of banana-shaped magazines. 2 of those. So you can bring over this one and pop it in the bottom like that. And then take the second and slap it in right there. Very cool. You have a back sheath. So you can take your rifle and load that in just like that. It's got a nice engraved Cobra logo on it. Peg for the back of the figure. And finally for this piece, you have the helmet. So we'll bring our driver in, slap that on him like that. And then we'll go ahead and gear him up. So first we'll take our knife and pop it down in the sheath right here. Come around to the belt and slide our pistol in right there. There we go, a little better. And we can take the rifle and pop it into his back right there. And you can take the magazines out or actually one of them, and pop it in right here on the back of his belt. And I'm assuming this doesn't go there, but you can fit the extinguisher off the back if you wanted to. And then we'll just go ahead and have him wield the small SMG for now. Alright. So there you go. There is the Stinger driver. Very cool. And then we're going to put him off to the side. And we'll finish going over everything inside of our accessory box. So, pop this open. Get out all the goods. Hey, look. Crap. So get that out of here. Here you have your little standing ledge. I'll go on the back. A couple of pegs there for some feet. And then you have your blast effects. 2 nice sized bags of blast effects. So looking forward to these. Start with this one. So here are some ground explosions. You know, you kind of have this spiraling effect, you know, with the smoke and I guess sparks shooting off the bottom. This one's a bit warped at the top. I don't know why they always do that, but pretty cool. And you have a second version. It's just a bit smaller. You compare the two side by side. There you go. And then our second bag. These are more of the missile effects, but there's also a couple more ground explosions. So we'll show those off first. And two a little more different. You have this kind of, I guess, side blast coming down like something just happened. You know, the smoke's fading a bit and the explosion's more towards the ground. And then you have some after effects of some blasting right here. You know, maybe some stuff going off underground, creating the little bubble explosion and more stuff popping up. Watch out for the shrapnel. Here they are side by side. And now you have your two missile blast effects. We have one small and one large. So we'll bring a missile out. And you can plug one right to the back right here to give it the launching effect. And you bring in a second. Same thing. So this one's probably started off sooner than the second. There you go. Pretty cool. And these ends, you have those small peg holes. All right, now we'll go ahead and just build up the stinger. So let's get our wheels. Make sure we have them in the right directions. All right, start with the back. Pop one on here. One here. Move on to the front. One and one. Nice, easy assembly. Got it raised up a bit more now. I especially love the shocks that are in it. Always awesome. We'll go ahead and throw the roof on. Come back around to the front. And then we'll take our little cover here and pop that right onto the top of the hood. Right there. Bring in our shovel. And snap it onto the side. Right there. I guess you could go either way. Just put it on like that. Kind of like it the other way because it's more flat to the surface. So we'll just do that. And we'll bring in our little spiked guard here. And stick that right onto. Just kind of pop that right onto the front and line it up like that. So you can also fold it down, but you know, you leave it up and you got that kind of spiked battering ram, which is pretty awesome. Move around to the back. Trying to get this little ledge here. So, just line it up on that bar and pop it in. And snap it down, just like that. So that's in place. And we'll come around to the top. And we'll plug on our little launching pad. It's right there. Now you can have it either way. Spin it forward. It's supposed to go like this, or you can have it the other way, facing outwards. Get a few shots of some of the decals that they have on here. You have a 2-on latch, beware, Cobra. There's the Stinger spider symbol. You got BWX04. You got hot panel. turbo, which is always awesome to see. And same stuff on this side. We'll go ahead and I guess bring our missiles in, load these up. There we go. Now, just to test something, we're going to have a little guest appearance by the Techno Viper and the HMS. Now, I know we don't have much room, but I'm going to just make sure that this can actually hitch into the back. Because on the back of the Stinger, there is a tow hitch. Now, if you take these blast effects off, it should be a little better of a fit. I know this is mainly supposed to go with the hiss, but just in case you want to switch it up, you can. If you take that off, you should be able to attach this. Tight fit, but it will go on. And you simply just reattach it to the HMS. And you could have it pull that if you wanted to. So now you got like double trouble. Pretty cool. But this is too bulky, so we'll just get this out of the way. Snap our bar back on. So we're going to take our Techno Viper here. And maybe kind of get him up onto the back of it just to see how it looks. You know, maybe he's got a few missile firing malfunctions and he's going up there to check it out. Turn these feet on. There we go. So he's checking it out. And then we'll bring him back around to the front. We're going to go ahead and pop the roof off. Let's fold it up to the side for a moment. See if that windshield comes down. Yes. Open up the door. And then we'll get our driver. We'll go ahead and load him up into the Stinger. So we'll put his accessories down in there. So we'll disarm him. His hands angled properly. And he's in, and he fits very nicely. So that's really nice. Go and get them hands around the steering wheel. We'll get the second one on that accelerator. He's good to go. Looks great. So while he's in there, we'll take our fire extinguisher and slide that into the spot behind the seats. Right there. And we can bring our roof back down, slap that in, put the windshield up, and there we have it. I like if you bring in this blast effect. It almost looks like he might be, you know, running over a mine or something, so that's pretty cool. I have another one right here, like he just rode over it. Maybe some explosions going off all over the place. But yeah. Alright, so there's our Stinger. We can't throw it up onto the turntable. It's too bulky. But we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with some final thoughts after these messages.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Alright, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 120. Cobra Night Attack, 4-wheel drive, Stinger, and Driver. Very cool set. I know this is basically a remold off of the Vamp, but the Stinger was always a better looking vehicle in my opinion. So, very glad to have gotten this. I'm glad they decided to bring it out. So now we just got to wait and see what kind of vehicles are on their list for coming out next. There's plenty of options out there. I personally would like to see an Asp, but that's just me. For the Joe side, I want to see maybe another flying vehicle. So maybe a Ghost Hawk would be cool. But, you know, time will tell, and, you know, Hasbro's busy pumping out some ideas and creating stuff in the factory, so we'll see what happens in the future. Overall, this is a really great vehicle. Lots of accessories, lots of new attachments that you can put onto it. It just really looks cool. If you got one, awesome. If you have one coming, even awesomer. And if you don't have one, I suggest probably picking one up, especially if you're a classified collector. This is a must. Absolutely must. I'm going to give it probably a 9 out of 10. A little bit higher than the Vamp. I know Gridiron makes a bunch of attachments that are tempting, but they're a bit pricey. But I wouldn't mind souping one up and, you know, just to have it for display purposes. But we'll see. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave a giant thumbs up. Subscribe. Tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.